after episode 6.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, because I was because everybody thought it was Baby Yoda, and then I heard like rumors that it wasn't. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
It's not.
Awesome.
I'm back. I assume we're talking about the Mandalorian, and no, it's not Baby Yoda. It's Grogu. That's the name of him. Most people called him Baby Yoda just when they didn't know what his name was.
Baby Yoda in my heart.
Apologies for that.
He will always be Baby Yoda in the memes.
Yes, he will. And more importantly, I just realized that this entire time we've been doing stuff, while the recording had, I completely forgot to unmute the microphones for both me and on the stream. Because, of course it's gonna be one of those days.
We actually had 5 people in here at some point. I thought I looked down and saw that. But then, after, 30 minutes, they left. And I was like, I wonder why they just dipped. They didn't even say anything.
Well, at least you have the recording.
Hopefully the recording recorded the audio as well, and isn't also completely blank.
That would be so sad.
The really annoying thing is the background noise has been playing correctly this entire time.
Oh no. Oh no.
We'll see. It's fine. It's
You're getting used to YouTube.
In this case,
well,
Twitch.
actually, this is Twitch now.
It's the same stream
YouTube and
software.
streaming.
I'm getting used to Streamlabs. That's what we're going with. It's Streamlabs, and I'm still. Anyways, so moving on, and I do apologize for the interruption via Doofus. So, continuing. The Torcall, looking at all this information, thinking things over, continues with, well, here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be sending our councilman friend back home with support and escort to make sure he gets back safe, as well as some extra boys to stay in town to help make sure nothing bad happens. And while doing so, we'll see if we can't help them build some sort of wall to keep them safe. Outside of that, as for the lot of you, I hope that whatever it is you're doing, or whatever it is you're getting up to, that you enjoy yourselves. You find some fun while you're in town. I've been told that y'all also run the prize for winning the tournament. And in regards to that, since I can't guarantee I won't be too busy doing stuff to get it done myself, talk to one of the other master smiths. Tell them I sent you to him, and if they bitch about it, tell them to come bitch to me.
You all work with a lot of ores here. I was wondering if I could get my gob fixed. It seems to have taken a rather nasty gash right about here. As I lift it up, and there's a whole section that's just slashed.
I reckon we can do a little better than just a bit of fixing. The other master smiths have to go through their own trials to get the title. So, you can trust me when I say they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
Well, in regards to, aside from the reward, informational pay, any other scales that we could give into the heroes that brought the council member to you? Actually, I look over at the councilman, and I do believe we spoke of hazard pay.
Don't you worry. I got socks for you, a hard working time, and the information that was also helpful. 20 scales for each of you. Good few months' pay for the average load.
Oh, so generous. I give him a bow. I do appreciate it. I mostly appreciate that there are those in high power that understand the worth of one's job. And I kind of look over at the councilman again.
It's not that they don't get it, but they're the likes who like to play with their scales, so they try to haggle. I'm not in the patience for that.
Well, then I can assure you that anytime you need me whilst I'm in Golio's spawn, I'm at your leg. For anything you might need.
Very well. And he gives a nod to one of the people who was standing near his chair. And they place a sack in each of your hands. And then he continues with, understand.
Oh, buy me a drink first!
I'll get you a drink.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's stop annoying the councilman.
Before you get to your walk-in, I understand there was one more of you who was unable to join you for the trip. Any ideas on when it'll be showing?
He might be in the presumed amount of days here.
Well, let me know if you spot him. Have a chat with the Smiths when you're ready. And if the three of you, since you're new here and your other friend when he arrives, make sure to introduce him to the guard. And if you'll be wanting to go inside the inner down, you got my blessing.
Are there any smiths that you would recommend over others?
Well, any other master smiths ought to do, but if you're looking for one who's going to work with you closely, I'll talk to Gonthard's old man.
Follow me.
Alright, I'm done with
Please
you.
don't tell me that's the forge that you were speaking of earlier.
Each of the master smiths has their own to work with. And
No, I mean the one that you said that she should be speaking with.
I mean, if there's a
Yeah.
forge she should be speaking with, it would be her old man, so you tell me, what do you think? Don't worry, he's a fine lad. Little bristly
Yeah, he's great.
sometimes, but if you're friends of his wee girls, you'll treat you alright. Okay,
I kind of sigh and cross my arms and head over to the councilman. I'll be seeing you later. We can discuss more on that hazard pay, yes?
well, if you're looking for wait, you said the councilman.
Yeah, the councilman, yeah.
The councilman nods and says, "It's not like I brought much with me, but I'll talk to Cinder on my return about getting it arranged for your next visit."
Ah, spectacular. Thank you. I give him a pat and I look up at the elder. I do see us having many more conversations, perhaps some bit more private if you're free. And I appreciate your city, and I'm going to go and enjoy its bounty, if you don't mind.
Have yourself some fun. Talk to the Smiths when you're ready. And if you're bored and looking to fight something, check the board over in the drinking house. That's where most people meet when they've got nothing to do.
And that's where you'll all find me, I say as I head toward the door.
No, you're coming with me. Come on.
Well, I did promise somebody that I
You're all
was gonna
coming with me. Let's go.
Drug off.
Yeah.
The Great Elder mostly just shakes his head as you all make your way out the door, and he keeps the councilman behind to have some more conversations as you leave.
He said he wants to meet you guys. I don't want to show him.
I yell psychically into Zara and Vinkosh's head, "If I have to go, you have to come too!"
You're all coming with me. Come on.
I look at Vinkosh. What do you think?
let's get after them before they manage to get down the mountain. And Vikash will just, honestly, for him, it's going to be an easy light jog just to keep up with these two.
I mean, yeah.
2 hours, you guys.
So like
yes?
the stairs, I guess, go all the way down here, and then you have to like go all the way around.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's more of down here.
I
And
watched.
as Vikash exits the mountain, he's going to call out, "Wait a minute!
Oh,
If you guys have a few moments, I think there's something I would like to look for while we're up here. I don't really know when we're going to be able to come back.
yeah.
If you just don't mind accompanying me."
Now? Okay.
From the looks of it, it's going to be a bit of a shaky path, so watch your step. Vikash will start walking along the side of the mountain. He's looking for a specific mountain distance, the largest one.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly some big ones you can see in the distance. As for the absolute biggest one, like, you're rough guessing it just at this distance, but there's one you see that you're not exactly sure how far away it is, but there's one in particular where it looks like it's going up so high it's going above the clouds.
Oh, that's one. Then Colsea, that's my homeland.
Great.
Oh,
If we can, I would like to visit it at some point.
Sick.
Not exactly. I
Oh,
think
dude,
I might be able to
oh,
attune the air at the top of the mountain.
what's that like?
It's like talking to the elementals. I've done it once before in a hidden spring. Near, what was the first town again?
YOLO Volcaz?
Yol Vocal Cause.
Yes, I know, I gave weird names to my things.
Hey, at least one of the bad guys isn't called Nam Rifus, which is actually Superman spelled backwards.
No. Horrible.
I can assure you
Disgusting.
I'm probably not doing that.
Yeah.
That was I was like, it was my third campaign that I ever ran. I was like 18 or 19, and all of the bad guys, their name was a superhero spelled backwards. Like one of them was Huntford M3.
Anyways.
Yeah, it was
Anyways,
yeah.
I think you guys might actually like Vulcan Soar as well. It's a quiet place.
Yeah.
But the warrior monks are hospitable. They'll treat you well.
Well,
You come from a mountain?
And Kush will nod.
That's really cool!
kind of squint my
I come
eyes
from
over
one
the
too!
front car.
Let's
I'd like
see. The temple would be about halfway up the mountain. The rest of the way we'll have to climb.
Oh,
But that's gonna be a while away. It's closer to
Yo old Volcaz.
Global Cause.
are we going on the road again?
It would be the faster way.
I don't know.
Hopefully, if we're doing that, we're going to get on a bigger boat, of course.
I don't think I can do that again.
Well, your friends might be going in that direction. And I walk over and I place a hand on Vinkosh's chest if he allows it.
I think Vikash is more surprised he did that.
And as I continue, and we are going to do whatever we can for our friend. I look up and give a very suggestive smile to Vinkosh.
Okay then.
Hessian is the thirstiest girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is the thirstiest girl.
Uh-huh.
Can't help it. He has no control. He knows what he wants. Period.
We can tell.
Oh. Alright. So. You'll make your way
I think I'm gonna
back.
change my alignment to chaotic good. He's
Yeah.
not chaotic.
I'm
Go
not
for
surprised
it.
it wasn't already. So, you
Was-
step out of here, you make your way down to the second plateau, you start climbing down the side so you can get back over to the town.
Come with me, I know a shortcut.
You actually do.
Uh-huh.
It's the terrifying part. I'm not sure which
Yeah.
bus we're cut.
I feel like if I tried to walk away, she'd just grab me again, and that like singes my leather. So I prefer that not to happen again.
Follow me.
Watches her do this shortcut.
Well,
Yeah, it's like, can we do it? Like, we know that you can jump like 200 feet. So is this like a shortcut for all of us, or just you?
I don't know.
in this case, the shortcut would be going through the mountain itself, going inside to where the town itself, for the inner town, and like going down some of the stone steps through there. Which, since you're
We got
coming,
permission to do that.
you did. You not only you got permission, and you're coming down from where the elder was. So you're allowed through. You begin heading on down. And are you taking them straight to your smith?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Before you go underground, Gonthar, can I get a quick perception check?
Okay. Where is that? There it is.
Enthusiastic.
Alright, just so happy about the perception check.
Alright, so Gonthar, unfortunately, you're not able to tell who it is, but just as you're going into the inner part of the mountain for where the town is, you think you spot some sort of figure towards the top of the volcano.
Who?
You can't tell from here.
Okay. Bolts back down. Let's go.
But yeah,
She goes again.
she does. She's a bad waiter. Does not wait.
She
Between Hestian's
goes-
whoremongering and Gonthar's erraticness, this is a lot.
Yeah.
She goes far enough to where, like, the next turn, she would break line of sight. And so she, like, goes all the way down and then stays there, practically jumping on her heels, just waiting, like, come on, let's go. Until you guys arrive, and then...
And this is probably just repeats the entire way there.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't take you long to get the rest of the way. Eventually, you do arrive, and you get to a house inside of the mountain. And in this inner area, you can see a reddish glow coming from a small entryway next door to this small house. However, overall, like, it's relatively quiet outside of the occasional hitting of a hammer onto something, making a clear ringing sound as it does. Gonthar, you rush in, and as you do, the voice you all heard echoing through the area before speaks up. It's not as loud this time, but it's still a little loud. As you hear the voice say, "Ah, Tharn, there you are. Did you bring your friends with you?"
Yeah, they're right here! Look out! They're real!
And with
And no one's standing there. We're all figments of her imagination.
She's pointing down, like y'all are still coming down the way, but you're like out of line of sight. Like he can't see you guys, so she's just pointing down the tunnel.
Yeah. And this fellow steps out of the small side house where the glow is.
My boy.
And he looks to you all as he steps out and says, "Quite the weird group of friends you got there, Tharn."
You're all weird.
We could say the same of you. Welcome to me.
I'm the normal one.
Perspective, little one. Perspective.
Yeah.
In any case, welcome to my humble home. I would be Voltaire Lovable. Pleasure to meet you, friends of me, little girl.
More associates, but it is an honor to meet you. I hear that you're quite the renowned blacksmith.
I smithed quite a few things, it's not just metals. Most of us master smiths have to take a few different skills. We'll delegate more specific stuff to the apprentices, but once you reach the level of mastery that we get, you'll have to work with different materials to really make something that shines. And here is the name spelled out in the chat. For those of you who like to keep notes.
What is this know-it you speak of?
You know damn well what I mean. Oh.
I've written down one note. One note is what I've written down. Mevlina Firstborn. That is the only note
I'm
that
not
I've written
surprised.
down. Yes, that is the only note that I've written down.
Literally no one is surprised. Period.
I'll know her name when we see her again, though.
How about the other 7 people?
Now that you've tried to
Who?
seduce.
I know you said Cinder earlier. That was that Dragonborn thing we met earlier, right?
No.
Thing? Wow.
No, nobody correct.
No, that is the elder. That's the elder of the first village that we spoke to. I know who they are. It's just not important enough to me. Yes, the old lady. What are you talking about?
The old lady who was not Dragonborn?
No, she was not Dragonborn. No, she was human. She looked human. Either human or maybe Fire Janavi. No, she had horns. She was a tiefling. Yeah. Hey, I called it before you said it.
I have heard of none of those things.
Okay. Anyways. So, he continues, looking to you all and says, the little one was telling me you all fought a titan together. Were you daft or just desperate?
Honestly,
Heading towards Yolva, cause if we didn't do anything, it was gonna probably go on a rampage.
a lot of innocents would have died had we not intervened.
Desperate it is. Desperate's normal. Dangerous to deal with any of those. Surprised it came close with the amount of noise towns make. Not fans of that.
I would say that it wasn't something we chose to do as much as was they attacked it and I didn't want it to trample me, so I helped them fight it, I suppose would be my recollection of it.
That's still falling under the category of desperate. Changes the reason why for the desperate, still desperate. So, I guess the important question of the day is what can I do for you?
Do we have any more fire wine?
I have plenty. Why do you need it?
I'm gonna go grab it.
Why are you grabbing my fire wine?
I wanna share it! I'm hot some. It's been a long time.
Yes, Hesti. Sorry, no. Yes, Vinkosh?
He just shakes his head.
I wouldn't be opposed to a tough off.
He's gonna shout at Gonthar as you head inside the actual house and not the smaller thing beside it, and says, "Bottom shelf only!"
Okay.
I'm gonna look at him. I truly hope she brings something from the top shelf. I don't mean to be rude, but I do have quality taste. And I pull out my own bottle of fire whiskey. And before she gets here, would you like a knacker?
I've been drinking half the day while I work. I'm good at the moment.
So then that means you're already primed. I'm gonna persuasion. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. He is, while you're rolling...
Oh, damn.
Oh, that...
Nope,
nice.
nope, I don't accept that.
What is the
It was
modifier
performance
different?
anyway. Damn, what the hell? That was perception. Persuasion is the one I've been trying to do. Jesus Christ. And yes, the modifier is different. It's an 8 versus an 11. So you can take the 21 if you want to. I'd be fine with the 21 too.
21?
I'll take the 13.
I think you mean the 13.
No, I re-rolled with my guidance because I can re-roll abilities. So I re-rolled. That's the 18 plus 11 instead of 8.
I see what you're
would
saying.
be 21.
Okay. Well, that helps to clarify things. He'll take the shot, but he'll say, "I'll point out to you, I only drink the good stuff. I don't drink anything short of it. Also, as a point of order, I said not the top shelf because Gonthar knows the top shelf is saved for special occasions. That's the stuff that's been aged."
Oh, come now. This is a special occasion. A young man like yourself fostering such a
Anyway, this is a social call.
adventurous young lady.
While they're bickering, I'm just gonna look at Vinkosh.
Oh, we're not bickering. I'm hitting on him.
That's bickering.
While they're bickering, I'm gonna look at Vinkosh. Do you want to go and look for a different smith?
Before you all run off to look at what the other smiths have, why don't you come in my hut and see what's on the shelves first?
Might as well.
This has Vinkosh's mind because you're too busy being hit on by Histian.
Vinkosh will chuckle before heading into the hut. Leslie's
I took
he'll
offense to that.
You did not hear anything I said because I said that in his head.
Oh shit! Sorry, I missed that part.
Alright then, let's have a look at the wares. I'm
Alright.
not sure if there's anything I'd be able to use.
You'd be surprised. He takes you inside to his little house. Well, the side portion to the little house. And as you step in, you see a few things. One, you see a forge that looks like it's being powered by the lava of the mountain itself. And two, you see some of the shelves around the room have a variety of weapons and armor. Some of designs you've never seen before. Some of them don't look all that practical, they look more experimental. All of you who are wanting to look around at what he's got, make me either perception or investigation checks.
Well then,
Wow.
could use that at 20 on something else, but fine.
And this is when you get something really good.
Yeah.
So, Hestian and Zara, you're looking around, and a lot of this stuff is, it is very obviously, whatever it's made out of, is masterfully made. This is certainly very high quality equipment. Much of it is also made in different methodologies. It's you've got a hammer here where the head looks like it's so heavy it's meant to just completely take everything you have to swing at a single time, but would break just half a mountain off if you smacked someone upside the head. You've got all sorts of spears that look like they're meant to be thrown, and they seem to have these bracelets made out of this brownish, shiny metal on them, where you're not quite sure if there's some sort of thin string that's almost impossible to see or not connected between them that looks like it could be used to pull it back after throwing it. There's all kinds of stuff in here. This person has clearly been experimenting with a number of different types of weapons and things to equip them with. However, Finkosh, while you're looking around, you see a few examples of what look to be weapons that are grafted onto gauntlets of bronze. These things look like they're meant to be held and punched with the way you would normally do so, but they've definitely got some extra kick. They've got, various spikes, large bits of metal on the front. Some of these look like these are meant to be wielded by someone who punches.
Huh, these look interesting.
All of us experiment in different things. I've got armors, I've got weapons. If you've got the scales, I can make something custom that'll blow you away.
Were you gonna say something, Vinkosh?
Nope, I wasn't.
I would like to walk over to one of the little spinny wheel things with the thin string. I would like to walk over to one of them and kind of pick it up and give it a look and kind of weigh it in my hand. And as I do so,
Oh no.
I am totally ripping off of an anime that I watched. As I'm doing so, I'm gonna look at my other hand, and as I do, a bluish purple spectral wheel appears in my hand that is it's the same size and looks made the same way as that weapon. As I say, this is quadrant. I like it. And I set it back down and I kind of take the blade and I toss it up and catch it and toss it up, and then as I toss it up the second time, it vibrates out of existence.
Well, there's varying designs. And unlike my apprentices, who can only make standard equipment, once you become a master smith, you're able to customize it a bit more. Make it more unique to somebody's needs and preferences.
Might you have a way of infusing something to heighten psychic abilities?
With most of the materials I have, no. If you can bring me something rare, might be able to work something in.
I think this is rare. She's entered, by the way, and already poured plenty of people fireline. And she holds up the eye stalk. It's from a horbeast! It's like a cat. I don't know if you can use this.
I'm trying to remember. The eye stalk was one you extracted that... Did that one have...
No magical properties.
No magical
I don't
properties?
think I think that was just a...
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just
Monday
double
one.
checking. You hand it over to him. He looks it over and says, "If it were a little fresher and still retained some of its abilities, I could use this for something good. Its current state, I'm afraid, little one, it's more decorative than anything else.
What about these ones? I do a bit of crafting on the side, so I think I've preserved them properly. Forgot we'll reveal the magical ones. Smaller than the large one, but maybe it's something you can use.
It's not impossible. Different materials have different properties, so if you're really looking to get the most out of them, you've got to use the right parts for the right creation. It's a bit of an art to do so. It takes me time to sort out what a part can be used for, but I'm not saying it's impossible.
Might something from a creature of void of rather spectacular power be something you might be able to fashion into an item of which I seek, perhaps?
If it's void, it's probably the one that's going to be better suited for anything of the mind. Void creatures tend to be more attuned to that sort of thing. Plus, void, being what it is, represents that which does not have form. So it does better for a lot of the less visible methods.
I smile as I reach into my satchel, and I'm going to pull out 2 of the tattered void scales that I have and hand them over to him. Perhaps we can start getting some study in with these, and if possible, I don't need anything spectacular. Something that might just give a slight boon for those who may be more resistant to my style of combat, yes?
I can take a look. These don't look like they've got much to them at this point, but might be decent for the research.
That's
As
what I was
he's-
hoping for, and perhaps more information once you figure out what they are and what they could be used for.
As you're speaking, as all of you are speaking to him, you see he takes the tattered void scales over to a table and starts looking them over. He's still answering all of your questions while he looks at them, but he's sort of multitasking at this point.
I do have more if he needs more to actually make something. That's the reason why I just gave him some to see if he could look at it and see if he could.
You can see that Gonthar is also looking over the materials, like standing on the other side of him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you had something fresh that was still imbued with the inherent magics, I could absolutely do something with it. As is most scales, well, they're hard and they're rare, don't contain enough of the inherent powers of the beast in order to actually do anything with them. More collector's items than anything else. You really want something that's still got magic in it if you want something special to be made.
What would you be able to do with one that was not damaged, still fully intact and simply a few days old? As I pull out the fresh void scale that I have.
It would depend on how much magic was preserved in it. If none, I could add it to the base for some armor, for some designs. Short of that, you really need the inherent magics to be preserved properly if you want to get anything good out of it.
Well, let's see what you're capable of doing as I hand over the scale to him. I'm going to keep a hold of the other 2 tattered ones that I have. But, yeah, just see what he can do with those 3. Like I said, don't need anything spectacular. Just see what he can do with it.
Are
Yeah.
those harvested ingredients, or are they?
No.
No, they're the ingredients that we got as payment from the dragon that fell from the sky.
It was less payment, a little more gift.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
By the way, yeah,
no.
these came
Yeah.
directly from a void ruling.
And it was literally just a couple days ago, too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He lets you know he can take a look at things. While he is still looking over the materials, he does
This
ask...
is why I've been wanting the brains of stuff, just so you guys know I'm not weird.
I mean, you are weird, but for different reasons.
Yeah, different reasons other than wanting bits.
Anyways...
Brains. Well,
he does ask while he's looking at the materials. So you went to go see the hunting festival downriver? And who won this year?
It was us, actually.
Oh. So then you won
You did
this.
hear the part where we took down a Titan.
The
creature.
Titan!
Yeah, but you didn't say whether taking down the Titan was done during the hunt. That's important details.
It was.
I digress. I put my hands up and like step back, like take a step back.
Well then, if that's the case, then I don't need to charge you for any custom work. It's already been paid for by the snobs over in this town south. Which means we get to really get creative.
I do hope that you give them a bill.
Oh, they're getting a bill. They sent a forward ahead of time.
If I remember correctly, the prize was a full set of new equipment for all of us.
It was to be.
Was it just the four of you who fought it?
There was one other, but he's lagging behind. A Earth Ganassi who seems to be falling apart at the seams. He shouldn't
I
be
would
like
argue the
this.
same. He is a rather droopy fellow at times.
I
What
can't
do you see that
Whenever
impression? The
he
hole through his
turned into
chest?
stones. Yeah, like whenever he died and turned to stones, like.
Zara, what was that?
It's a minor illusion to show the guy what he looks like, so he knows for future reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you do the illusion,
Although he might be missing some stones.
when you do the illusion, he looks at him and goes, what of the line gear of gold? Looks like he's seen better days. I'm surprised he's still intact looking like that.
His name is Atlas. He's cool. He's my friend.
Honestly,
We've
Atlas
seen himself back
is
together twice now.
pretty much holding himself together by sheer willpower at this point.
Well,
I will say it is quite impressive.
when he catches up, bring him by the shop, and I'll get to work. So, let's start talking important. What do you need, and what are you looking for in features?
Vinkosh will pick up one in the clawed gauntlets. Something like this would be perfect for me. If it,
Matching set or just the one?
matching set. And Vinkosh will produce the Horror Beast claws. These might be able to help with the enhancements.
Oh, those'll help. You looking for feet as well? And do you need armor or do you trust your own scales?
Something that might enhance my defenses. I seem to be the one taking those hits lately.
I do try to feel
Oh,
it's thank
not
you.
exactly armor. Something that won't slow me down, and if I can, a weapon for my tail as well. I use it for my martial arts.
Alright, so hands, feet, tail, on something that's not armor but will still help block a few hits. Alright, I can see what I can do with that. Work some of these claws in. Alright, next, what you need?
I do have to say that I love the sound of how many scales that would cost. I appreciate you, Vinko.
Well, it is being paid for by the town down south.
Did everyone forget the name?
Your little cause?
Yeah, no, I wrote it down, but it's just
Everyone's just
because
saying
that.
town down south, and I'm just like, oh my god, no one even wants to say it anymore.
I mean, from what
It
you
is a lot
can,
of words. To be
from
fair.
what you can tell,
I get it.
Voltaire doesn't really seem to care enough to say its proper name.
I know, I'm making a joke.
I know. But since you're the one who spoke up next, he's gonna look to you, Hestian, and say, what do you looking
Oh,
for
damn
for
it!
equipment?
I thought you were gonna say Zara next.
No!
I haven't been talking in character.
Ugh. I just kind of, well, I do want something that will help with my psychic capabilities. But aside from that, I don't use much. I have this old ratty thing, but I would be more than happy to allow you to fit me with new suitable armor. Something that's breathable. We could speak privately on the matter if you like.
Something on the lighter side, I assume.
Yes, of course. I could doff quickly if needed.
I think we can sort something out on that regard. Nothing in terms of weapons, or even for a backup?
Oh,
Make some
no, I've already
nasty
collected
ones.
I've already actually collected one. The ring that you had back there I found quite fascinating. As I brandish a duplicate of that ring with the lead on it, but it's a blue spectral form of that weapon. I do find the weight quite enjoyable.
Let me see the thing.
I look at him and I'm like, I suppose you could try, but my mind is a very powerful thing. I say as I hand it over toward him.
He touches it while you're holding it. He's not looking at you, he's looking at what you're holding. And he just snickers a bit. You recreated its looks, but not what makes mine special. Mine are capable of quite a bit more than this. I'll make something as an example for you, and you can decide for yourself if you want it or not. Even as a backup.
Just kind of smile very graciously. I would simply love for you to do that. But unfortunately, I lack the true capabilities of wielding a weapon of that sort, and I would do it a great disservice. So once you create it, build a town, and then put it on the wall as a specialty item. I'm sure there will be more than enough people that will be willing to grab something of such high caliber.
If I can afford good work, and more importantly, give it a try later. If you don't like it, we'll put it on a wall. But if you like using it, it's already paid for. I'm not unfamiliar with making things for people who are a little more flimsy with the fingers.
I smile and say, you know what, I'll take it. But I do have one requirement for payment for me. I would love to have a drink with you and pick your brain private.
I'll find people in the drinking tent when my day's done.
I smile real big and lean up against the table. Well, I am, as of now, completely satisfied.
Oh, you're easy to satisfy then.
Yeah, all he wants is scales and booze.
No, and she says that I go to say something, and then I realize this is her dad, and I'm like, yes, of course. I just kind of lean back.
It's like, hi, you've been hitting on Gonthar's dad the whole time. Enjoy.
Right? It's like he's just been like in his zone, like just spilling out all the riz, and then Gunthar's like, yeah, he likes money. And it's like, oh, fuck, that's your daughter right there. I'll see you later, friend.
That's great.
To be fair, they're very different species, but yes.
Yes. Next up, he's gonna turn to you, Zara. It's like, and for you, what are you thinking in terms of equipment? What do you need?
This entire time, Zara has been thinking it over, and he really doesn't have much equipment on him. He doesn't even have armor on. He knows the scales are more hardened than pretty much what armor could give him right now, honestly. He's just gonna kind of honestly just shrug. I'm more adept at spellcasting than anything else. My scales are rather hard, and I trust them more than armor. No offense. I wouldn't mind something that would maybe protect my hands or wrists, so I wouldn't have to worry about my hands being broken and leaving me unable to cast.
I think I can sort something for you.
Maybe something that can also enhance the spellcasting.
As always, it's going to depend what you can bring me, but I'll see what I can do.
Oh, and one more thing. You wouldn't have to be interested in working on something a little bit smaller. And Crib will just appear over your shoulders.
I think I could make something custom for the wee little thing.
Nice. That's awesome.
They did.
Uh,
They did
I missed
say
the R, but yeah, I was like, you can get something for kids, like shit.
It did say everyone involved in killing the Titan. Crib was involved.
Thank God.
100%.
They did say that.
Over on the while you guys are looking and discussing, Vinkosh stepped over to it's not the racks of stuff that they have on display. It's a little more in the back. But she goes and she grabs a pair of gloves, basically, that are roughly the size of her hands, and she comes over and says, these were mine a while ago when I was still getting used to the shell. Can I see your hands?
Alright. Vankosh will... I'm hesitating because I remember she's on fire.
She's not on.
Before her.
Hey, it's canon.
She's
my
not
greaves are
actively
burned.
on fire.
Okay, so I'll give her my hand.
Yes, she is. She's definitely quite warm to the touch, but she's not. She isn't constantly burning, guy.
I figured you wouldn't because you were super excited.
She's definitely super excited. That's fair. But no.
That's
no,
why I
no
thought
fire's coming out of her.
my wrist guards were burned when you grabbed me and like pulled me.
She is very hot. Never mind. She's not actively on fire. You're fine. She'll take her hands and kind of measure them against the gloves. Here, put them on. They're not the right size, but put them on.
You know what? I love those workers' jewels. Can I judge her work?
Make me
Oh my gosh, I'm so offended.
either make me a intelligence check with those or a standard investigation check at advantage.
I think my odds are better with the... Well... Maybe it's better with the investigation.
I want you to know you just broke Hestian's heart.
15.
Well, I mean, they're decently well made. They're good, solid gloves. They look like they're plenty heat resistant enough. Clearly, it would be. These look like they were more so made to, like, insulate everything else from Gonthar's hands rather than the other way around.
They were also made to keep to reduce the impact. They're basically boxing training gloves in a way, designed for like punching training. Not say training dummies, but stuff like that, and keeping things from breaking in the process.
Also, one other question. How tall is Gunthar?
She's a decent amount shorter than Minkosh.
Yeah, that's a live question because I'm not sure if those gloves will fit him at all.
No idea.
Height and hand size are very different things. I'd
Her
say
proportions are a little weird.
I'd say hand size. It's like it's probably like not the most comfortable fit, but like you can get your hands in there.
I think her hands are larger than what you would expect from someone of her stature. But not by too terribly much. But I think it's still a bit of a tight fit. But I'm pretty sure you should be able to put them on.
Vinkosh will try to put them on. Bit of a snug fit.
Yeah.
Well, I can't judge what your last friend is gonna need until they arrive. Want to talk to them about their needs specifically.
You might need a better shell.
Oh, we're getting to you, little one.
Oh no, I was talking about him.
Well,
Our friend. He might need a better shell.
well, for the moment, when it comes to you, little Tharn,
Ah, hello.
we're going to be putting in some replacements and additions for your parts of your shell. So
Oh, which parts?
we'll see. So we're gonna start with the main chest piece. That's gonna be the spot you need to protect the most. And
Yeah.
we'll see about setting something up that's gonna work good for you, for your hands and whatnot.
Okay. That sounds fun.
I know you like to go knuckle to knuckle.
Uh-huh. As for these, and she takes the gloves. Well, okay, I guess he's wearing the gloves. She more or less takes the gloves back from Vinkosh. I can make something like these for you. And we can get those stationed inside. That shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. That should work. Right!
Well, I think the Claw's gauntlets might suit my style a bit better.
Yeah, exactly!
Well, I got a rough on what you're gonna need. That's enough for me for the moment. If you want to go and relax and enjoy yourself, I'll come find you once I need more specifics, or we want to start testing stuff with you.
Vinkosh will nod and then start making his way down into town proper.
He'll turn to Gunthar and said, Little Tharn, you can spend some more time with your friends. I'll simply be starting with the sketches before getting to it.
Okay. I think when they leave, they might make me go on the boat again. I don't want to go on the boat again.
I don't think you'll be leaving me for a while. You got time to get back to being on ground.
Okay. How scared should I be of being on one? Don't they tip over?
If you're just on the river? No, the river's not so unsteady.
Okay.
Kind of looking over to him and looking over to Gunthar. And to be sure, I'll be there to make sure that you're safe, as I was before.
I don't think you can protect me from water.
Oh, don't worry. I've got my ways. I assure
Okay.
you, sir. She is in good hands with me.
If she wasn't, I'd come find you no matter where you head.
So I made a mistake.
I don't need
correct.
insight to get what he's saying when he says that, but I'm going to choose to ignore it as I say, I'll make it easy for you to find me anytime you need to. And I'm going to give him a very suggestive smile.
Of course.
Yeah,
you
just
do.
go to the drinking tent. It's typically there. Or anywhere where scales are.
Yeah.
Both work.
Alright. As you all one by one make your way out of his house and go to enjoy the rest of your day, you begin spending time at whatever establishment you would like to spend your time at, whether it's, looking around the insides of the inner town, whether it's the drinking house, hanging out just on the beach, wherever it is you seek to find yourselves. It's easy to get there. Now, as you are wandering around, Zara, you spot a house with a wide open door, and inside of it you see some people are using what looks to be charcoal sticks and parchment to scribble stuff down. And on the walls hanging up are various symbols that look to be not the ones you've encountered before, but they definitely look like they're made out of the Tongue of Origins. Just various different words. As you are passing by and seeing this building, you hear from Key just offhandedly comment, Oh, they actually got a lot of these right. They drew the line wrong on that one. It's supposed to be on the other side.
I will actually like point to whichever one their key is pointing to and be like, that one's incorrect.
One of the people stops and turns to you and says, "And you would know this how?"
Just gives them a look. Natural intuition. Mine's supposed to be on the other side.
I'll have to confirm that. And he shouts at one of the others in the room to take the one you've pointed to up to the Great Elder to confirm whether or not it's actually on the right side or not.
What was it? What was it saying? What was it supposed to say?
What it was supposed to say, just from looking at you, is it looked like it was supposed to say something approximately close to end of time, or more literally death of time, but it's like they got both the E, A, and the T entirely jumbled up around.
Dyslexia. I get it.
Do any others look wrong?
Make me a perception check.
From what key you could ascertain. Yeah. 15. 15's all around.
Most of them are more or less accurate. There's some where like the lines on them are pretty roughly done, and it looks like, you know, a lot of this is making people who are newer to the concept of writing stuff down, trying to get them to get practice so they get stuff right.
All right.
There's none that really stand out as like the words themselves are wrong, but as you look around the room, it doesn't look like they have like a complete, like what they have is complete. Looks more like they've been like collecting and finding and like trying to figure out how to write them down one at a time and going word by word.
I'm gonna psychically say to Key, I wonder, do you think would you actually be able to teach me these words? And could we possibly also maybe incorporate them into items that I and the others might possibly be able to use?
Keith thinks about it for a moment, says, "Well, I mean, certainly possible, like the teaching you part. I mean, it takes some time, but yeah, I think we could get through on that one. I can't exactly write the words themselves down to tell you how they're supposed to look, but outside of that, like, we could try to figure this out together. As for
I look them up
rest,
and down, and I go, "You couldn't." And I'm doing this all mentally. You can always have the end of your tail where the charcoal is supposed to be, and I just follow it.
Actually, that'd work. We'll go with that. Still might take a while. There's a lot of words.
Understandable.
As for the other part, for like trying to get them to like add magic to stuff, I mean, that's a matter of skill and practice. But if we can get you getting writing down correctly, shouldn't be too much of a stretch to get adding magic to stuff.
Key gets a confirmation, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
They probably have a ton of extra parchment kicking around. You can see about using some, especially if you do it here. They'll probably appreciate you.
I can see what I can come up with and possibly also share it with you.
Was that to
As long
he
as I-
or to them?
Them.
Okay. Well, the one who seems to be in charge looks to the other and say, well, if you've got an insight into the tongue of origins, we'll have to check with the elder which ones are correct and accurate, but it'd certainly help. He unfortunately hasn't exactly been available enough to help us write all of this down, which has been frustrating.
He's probably about to be a lot more busy right now.
Well, like I said, we'll see what you can do. We'll start writing stuff down, and as we go, we'll try to get it confirmed with him. Apparently, he learned it from one of the broodlings, like 10 decades ago or something.
This is just me talking. So are they essentially just going to give me paper and charcoal, and then we're just going to get to it or whatever?
Well, whenever you want to spend time working on it, you're gonna be able to come here and do it, and they're gonna do their best to help you with the actual, like, making your writing look nice and proper, while Key is going to be doing his best to sort of help you with what the general shape is actually supposed to be.
I will, since I have nothing else going on right now, I'll do it right now.
Alright. You get started on that. I've got the rules on learning stuff like languages in the homebrew rules section. So we can consider this day 1 of you taking lessons.
How many days, just so I know?
I'm just double checking something. Let's see here.
And this is for calligraphy, right?
Yep. This is for calligrapher's tools. I'm gonna say, with the teachers that are available here to help with calligraphy, it's really only the one, but there's other students who can assist. Say it would be 50 days normally. With the teacher here, it will take you 35 days total in order to get calligraphy down.
Okay. Do you want me to roll anything to possibly help speed it up? Like, to see how well I'm doing like, in, like, the days?
Unfortunately, no, not for how this particular mechanic works. It's just more of, like, when you have downtime in between other things, come here, spend a day practicing, and that gets you one step closer.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is going to be the limitations on this. This one's not based for rules. This is just more for downtime.
Oh, yeah, but so as of right now, it's 35 days left.
Using today as your first day, it'll be 34 days left.
Okay. Yep. This is pretty much what Zara's gonna do during the day. I might have something for the night.
Fantastic. Alright. Continuing on. I know, Hestian, where you went off to.
He's muted.
Yeah. Vinkosh, are you...
Sorry, yeah, I said, saw dude.
Vinkosh, are you going to try to get up to anything in particular?
Yes. Vinkosh is going to look around underground to find an isolated spot away from generally the townspeople's homes, to meditate.
Away from me.
Well, away from everyone. He's trying to find a spot where the spirits would, where he can hear the spirits of the elemental.
Let me think. Give me, I'm going to say, a perception check.
Yeah, I think Kriv will also be helping out with this, since she'll probably be a bit more sensitive to them. So, one for Kriv, one for Vinkosh. Where is it? Wisdom for Kriv, Perception for Vin.
Alright, so, one thing worth noting is there's not a lot of spaces away from the inner town inside the mountain. Most of what's been dug out so far has been dug out more of, hey, we need more space, let's clear a little more and get a house in there. That being said, you do find one spot where, you know, there is some access to an open cavity with, you know, some of that lava flow going through it. Near the edge, probably about 10-15 feet down, though, from, like, where the townsfolk would be walking, you do see sort of a patch of ground above the lava itself. And, you know, 15 feet is more than climbable for you, so you're able to get down into that spot. It's probably one of the most secluded places you'll find, where, like, with the way the echoes in the cave are, you're not going to get a lot of noise from town itself, as that is going to be more blocked out by the sounds of the lava.
Sounds perfect. Vinkosh will tell the Kriv, hang on. Then he's gonna climb up to that platform.
Well, you're climbing down, to clarify, if it helps.
Oh, climbing down to the platform.
Yes, because the hole to access it is down below. They can't really have the holes be above, because they don't really want to risk lava, like, spewing out and coming down into town.
Yeah,
So
of course,
try
of course.
to make sure things are above pools. In any case, you're able to hop down, you climb with all of the care you've been trained to be able to do, and you find yourself somewhere comfortable to sit down and do what you have been intending to.
Since the heat's probably going to be more than even he's used to, he's just going to take off his shirt, place himself somewhere safe, probably in his bag, and then start meditating, trying to commune with, ideally, Earth spirits, see if he can get any idea if there's any place he can try to attune to Earth here.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely a thing you'll be doing. And we'll get back to you on that one in a little bit. Gonthar, what are you looking to do?
Have we started working on stuff yet, or is that for a slightly future?
Slightly future. Your smith is currently just he's working on design concepts at the moment. He hasn't started making stuff yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's got bits of parchment and charcoal sticks, where he's just, like, drawing out, like, for lack of a better way to phrase it, it's concept art for different potential weapons. And once he has a few different options for each person, he's going to take them to each person and say, here's what I got for you. Is this what you're looking for?
Makes sense. Okay.
He is a professional.
There's something I want to do, but I'm going to save it for later. Go to somebody else.
Alright, two of you are doing stuff that I know you're content with, so I'm gonna say, for Vinkosh, give me, I want to say, a religion roll.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's not my specialty.
No, it's not, but, while this is not a success, while you are meditating, you do get a flash, it's really more fire spirits, where the lava is, but there's some earth spirits as well. While you are meditating, you get a flash of something that looks kind of like a solid patch of obsidian in the middle of a pool of lava. The obsidian itself, like, float, maybe, like, 5 feet above where the, sorry, hang on, I gotta reset that. The obsidian patch is about maybe 5 feet above the lava. It's not very high up above it, but you get the sensation that the patch of obsidian goes down deep, probably deeper than the pool of lava. You don't get an idea for where this patch is, but you do get the sensation that that patch, if you can find it, is going to be the best place locally.
Alright. I think Vinkosh will keep up with the meditation, see if he can get a clear image, and that's pretty much his day. Probably even night.
Fantastic. Yeah, let me see here. Honestly, most of the rest of the day just sort of passes with y'all getting up to what you're doing. So Gonthar, unless you're like wanting to get up to or something now, it's going to probably pass towards night before anything else happens.
Once Vinkosh is free, she is going to steal him away.
Okay.
Vinkosh, when are you next free?
The next morning, probably.
Okay. Then she will probably be spending her time in her forge, probably speaking to her master about some of the stuff that she's learned about her own shell and the way it interacts with the environments that she's been in. One of them is she points to kind of the feet.
Yes.
So a lot of pressure down here helps propel really well, but the rock can't take much of it, and so I have to be really careful with it. And I've had quite big sections break off before. I think these may need the ores we've been using. If we were able to use those, maybe get them kind of, how do I describe this? What's the...
We can...
Oh! What are those?
Bindings?
The things that spiders make. What are they? What are they called?
Webs?
Yeah! It's like a web of ore in the foot. Cover the whole bottom of the base with some holes for the pressure to come out of, and then a, like, sort of web of ore, digging into the stone.
I mean, we certainly give it a try. The only thing you gotta worry about at that point is if it's too much heat and pressure, you might either melt them or blow them clean off.
Yeah,
So
I think if we shape it properly, we might be able to avoid that.
hopefully, but, like, you'll still need to practice carefully to get the hang of it.
Yeah, I can do that.
You have this back and forth with him for the rest of the day. Night approaches, it begins passing. Is anyone wanting to change what they're up to, or are they just continuing to relax and enjoy themselves?
I was gonna try to bet Gunthar's dad.
Incredible. Well, she's with him for the majority of the day.
Well, he said he'd come down to the drinking house at night.
Yeah, she'll probably follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. Try to sneak him out behind her back.
So, as night approaches, some of you end up at the drinking house. Others are doing their own thing, relaxing. For those of you who would like to go to the drinking house and like to get up to whatever misadventures you want to for the rest of the day, so how do I best put this? As the sun is setting, someone comes out to take over the corner space that you remember seeing being used, that you remember using for a little bit before Hestian.
Oh yeah, I've been using that all night. I've been singing and partying with everybody
Yeah.
since I got here.
I assume at some point you've been, like, going out and jumping on tables and dancing with people and being a whole ruckus good time. During one of those points where you're up on, like, tables and dancing, someone comes in who looks similar to Gonthar, but distinctly different, who moves into that corner space. And many of the people are excited and ecstatic that this person has arrived. You don't know their name, but you can tell just from their general appearance they're probably someone of similar what they are to Gonthar. It would be... Is it this one? It's this one.
Yes. Yeah.
She's hot.
All of us are. You're all cold. Everywhere's cold.
So,
Let's hope this is like Star Trek, and Picard can just run around and do whatever he wants.
I think you're thinking of Kirk, and good luck not being...
Yes, Kirk. Yeah.
And also good luck not having stuff burnt off.
Ooh.
Good
luck.
So, this person approaches that tiny little stage, and a lot of people fall quiet. And this person begins to sing. And you've probably never heard anyone sing to this level of quality. Like, you yourself are a superb singer and performer. You feel like she's probably on par with what you can do in terms of performances. And she is consistently nailing it with every song. She begins and she starts with songs that are more slow and melodic. And after getting a couple of those out, where everyone is just around you is just sort of mesmerized. And after that, she gives almost like a little curtsy. As you can see, it's not just her general form. Like, the best way I have to describe it is in terms of, like, kind of like what clothes that she has are really more of like thick leathers that have been blackened with soot. But she gives, like, a little curtsy with those. And then she immediately jumps into far more upbeat jigs, getting everyone in the place dancing, and the whole night just turns into like, if it's like one portion of the bar was, you know, partying with you, now the entire place is in full party mode.
I'm gonna hang back and just enjoy the show.
Yeah. Like, and the thing you take note of is she's consistent. Like, her voice is... It's got a little bit of a tiny echo to it, which you can only assume is because she's coming from inside this stone shell. But it is consistent, it's coming out through multiple holes, and it's filling the bar. Anyone else who is in the drink house at the time as well, you're more than able to hear this and watch the performance.
Sorry, the phrasing on every part of that.
I know.
Right? I'm like, interesting.
I'm trying to
So there's more
evoke
than one hole.
I'm trying to
What was
evoke an image here, and y'all are dirty-minded. But yeah,
That seems like I can work with that.
But because the rest of y'all have seen it, I'm going to show this to you, as that be what she looked like. And yeah, so the rest of the night is filled with performances by her. Gonthar and her old man eventually show up at the drink house. They join in the revelry.
Now she started.
Yeah. I don't know, Zara and Vintosh, if the two of you want to end up joining the drink house during the night as well. That's up to you.
Venkosh is gonna stay where he's at.
Alright, fantastic. What about you, Zara?
I would have stayed with the calligraphers up until they probably went to the drink house. And then I would have probably vibed like on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
What's the night sky like?
Well, directly above the volcano, there's the bits of smoke that you can't really see the stars through. However, beyond that, farther out, the night sky is relatively clear, and the stars are abundant. They're all over the place, and if you're hanging out on the outside of the mountain, you can hear the bits of the performance as well from above.
Probably exactly right where I am.
Yeah, it's entirely fair.
Just like I'm just above it. Yeah. Just gonna be staring at the stars for the night until I'm getting tired. Then I'll go to wherever our room is.
Yeah. When those of you who go to bed first are going to go do so, you find out that this house-looking thing right over here on the second platform, it is for important guests when they're staying over, and so there are rooms in it for each of you when you are ready to find somewhere to sleep. And the night continues.
I don't think I'll have trouble finding somewhere to sleep tonight.
Oh, I'm sure you won't, but the room is there if you want to use it. But yeah, the night passes, performances are had. Those of you who wish to rest and whatnot are able to do so.
Yeah, aside from trying to do my thing and sneaking away with Gunthar's dad, if he's like not feeling it or like the daughter's here, bro, chill out, then I'll find someone else to take home. The bartender.
What about your performer friend?
No, I'm gonna let her do her thing. I don't want to shut up stage her. I'd like to try to talk to her in town or something first. I mean, as a performer myself, I know how I'd feel if somebody just started trying to pop off.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I will take her attention.
Good.
And
Well,
show her the
she's
cool
doing
things I
that.
found.
I'm gonna go. As she's doing that, I'm gonna go talk to her dad.
Gonthar, you would know, like, she doesn't really respond to questions mid-performance, but once
she's waiting until the performance is over. But
once they're done, you're certainly able to catch up with her and show her all of your neat stuff, and she finds it all very cute.
This place is all so cool. I wish I came out of the volcano sooner.
But yeah, the night passes. I'm gonna say, Hestian, you probably end up sleeping with someone other than Gonthar's dad at the moment, as you can tell. You can tell from a distance he's happy to have his little girl back in town.
Yeah, I'll let him have their family night. He's not safe though. He's not safe.
That's a sentence.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
Drink and money and women.
And men.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's drink, money, and love. That's it.
Alright,
But the thing is he doesn't even keep the money he gets. Like, he sends 80% of the money he gets back to his family.
I know.
Hedestian. He's a hedonist. Hedonist Hestian. Hedestian. No. Ignore me.
Hedestian.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Alright, what were you saying, Rob?
Oh, as I was going to say,
But he's also a performer.
he do be.
Before we move on to the next morning, could I make another check?
Sure.
I want to try to see if I can make out any advice the elementals are trying to give Vincon.
Give me another religion check.
Religion? Okay. 15.
Alright. So, with a 15, you're getting a bit more information from the few earth spirits you're able to reach out to. And what they tell you is only a little concerning. As, from what you pick up, that platform of obsidian has, towards the top, and the only way they show you how to get to it, it involves mostly climbing up the side to the very top of the volcano, and then trying to stick the landing right on the platform.
Ooh, that's a good thing. I have a mild fly speed.
Yeah, that might help.
Alright, so I know what I'm doing the next day.
Alright, yeah, so that is the information you get, and you're able to join, presumably, Zara and, you know, at the guest house. Gonthar's probably staying at her dad's place, and Hestian's finding someone who looks lonely tonight.
Well, also, in that same ticket, in regards to hanging out in the drinking house all night, did I pick up any more tidbits of information? Because I was being very social.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of information were you looking for?
So, essentially, kind of like what I was talking to the elder about, just, any particular groups that seem to be a bit more active than they, had been before. Going after, the more dangerous hunts, rare hunts, just trying to collect general information on anyone that, in my regard, which would be, somebody working for someone above them. Kind of work that people would be looking for. Because I honestly think that it's some kind of councilman or elder in some other city or village that's behind this whole cultist thing.
Alright, fair. Give me either investigation or perception.
Sorry.
So, with a 25, this is the information you pick up. Well, from what you overhear, it's not unusual for various warriors and hunters to try to get teams together and to go after stuff that they're maybe less prepared for than others. You do pick up something that seems like it stands out more than usual, which is about one group in particular, where it's like they went out and they've been taking a couple of jobs where everyone thought was way above their skill level. And coming back, not successful, but like, with clear signs that they had fought something, and it had not gone great for them. And they'd done this more than once. Like, they've repeatedly tried to challenge things way above what they should be able to do. And the general consensus you get is it sounds like most people think it was a matter of, like, bravado and pride, where they're trying to, like, prove they're the toughest, so they're challenging the toughest things, and it's just not going well, but they're too stubborn to give up. But the way in which they seem to keep doing it and then coming back over and over is just like, either these people are up to something, or they are just completely incapable of learning a lesson.
What's this group called?
From what you pick up of the name, it sounds something akin, and let me just see if I can find it. Sounds something like Fane's Hunters. And yes, I will type it out.
I got it. That is the third note that I've taken now.
Alright.
Oh, Bane, not Bane. Gotcha.
Yes. And also, as a point, since you rolled as high you did, from what you overhear, it sounds like they just recently went out on another one of these expeditions. Most people are expecting they'll be back within the next few days, just based on how long they're usually gone.
Sounds good.
Alright, and that is the information you're able to get tonight. Alright. Cool. So, unless anyone has anything else or wishes to interrupt me, we proceed to the following day.
Alright. If you don't mind me starting, since this is just gonna be a simple one. I think Kush is just gonna go on a bit of a scouting mission on his own. Have a look at the top, see if he can spot the platform from the volcano. He's got enough of this climb speed.
Oh, like with climb speed, you're able to get up there without an issue. It takes you probably a little longer than you'd like, because you've got to, like, go around some of the lava flows and find, like, the easiest way to get up that's not interrupted by lava. Because some of those lava flows are very wide, and you don't really want to have to try to jump, especially some of the bigger ones.
Naturally.
That said, you get up to the top, and make me a perception check at disadvantage, as the smoke coming out of the mountain is incredibly thick.
Still 19, it's not bad.
No, not bad at all. So, it's really hard to see through smoke this thick. Like, it's almost impossible to breathe through when it's in your face as well. Like, this is not pleasant, so I will need you to make me a Constitution save.
Of course. Con save. 12.
Unfortunately, the 12 is a failure, so you are going to be feeling poisoned for the next 10 minutes.
That's fine.
That being said, you do spot what looks to be the rough outline of where the platform might be.
Alright, Vindicast will take note of that. Alright. Gonna need gunpowder. He's gonna head back down.
Fantastic. Alright, you get going on that. Let me just check a thing here. Zara,
I'd probably just be like doing the same thing I did the previous day, doing more calligraphy training.
Fair enough. So, as a point of order, and because this is going to be greatly entertaining for myself, I'm going to be sharing something new with all of you. As each of you are going through the day, and like you're the first one that gets found by Baltar, so he goes over some of the stuff he can do with his current equipment if you can't find him something more special and specific. But so, and I'm going to share these with you, and I do apologize. There's going to be 5 different things.
On the topic of the poison, Vinkosh actually rolled a 21. He's has advantage on that.
Oh, how do you have advantage on that?
Once again, robust body.
Oh, okay. With a 21, that's a success, so the poison is only in your system for 1 minute.
Cool.
It's toxic fumes from a volcano. It's unavoidable, it's just how long it is affecting you.
Yep.
Alright, so, as I was saying, I've got 5 different things to show with you. Ignore what the gold value on them is for now. This is so you can see the mechanics of how this works. This is what a master smith is able to make in terms of weapons and armor. As a point of note, because the master smiths are more accustomed to metallurgy than your average individual. Hang on, I'm just trying to bring up a list. While I'm sharing this, I'm going to be giving you a short list of what is available in terms of the different types of armors that Baltar can provide. So, he's going to be going over some of his suggestions of what he can make for you. He's going to be showing you different designs, and if you wish to go through them, in between sessions, and then let me, the DM, know what it is you're going to want, then we will be getting to your requests and getting those set up for next time. But those are going to be accessible by you all now. Like I said, for the moment, ignore gold values. Just focus on, like, the rules and how these work. These are for, like, the base weapons themselves before any enchantments are applied to them. And any special materials you have added in, I will be adding custom additions to whatever you've picked based on what you're giving me. If you have components you've collected that you want to use for this, make sure to DM them to me so I can bring up stuff for what properties they're going to be adding to your special requests. This is something to look over for later, so, take your time with this. As for the armors that are available that he can make for you, anything in the light armor category, studded is not studded armor because I'm a little bit of a history nerd, and studded armor was never actually a thing. So instead of studded leather, it's hardened leather. As well as he can make, for medium armors, hide, scale, and he can make breastplates. He can also make shields if people want those.
This is so cool!
For mechanical, not mechanical, for flavor and aesthetic purposes, Gonthar, whatever your requests are going to be, these are going to be incorporated into your shell. And they're going to be made either as metal casings to go over the shell, or they're going to be thicker stone additions in various cases.
Yeah, perfect. I'm looking, and I see climbing, and immediately I ignore everything.
Okay.
I have
As a point of order, weapons can have unlimited apprentice properties. Armor can only have 3, and they can only have 1 journeyman property each. Shields
good.
count under armor for purposes. And the last most important part is keep an eye on the prerequisites for pieces, as some have to be like light, medium, or heavy armor in order to be applied. If it doesn't say light, medium, or heavy armor, it can apply to shields, even if it's not super practical for them. Outside of that, the last and most important note to make use of, for those wondering where I got these rules from, these are from the Craftsman class from Valda's Spire Secrets.
That's really cool.
Which is
Okay.
an entire class dedicated to non-magical crafting. In terms of, like, these are going to be the base mundane things that this person can make with exceeding quality. Any enchantment you want done can be done separate and applied to these. So, look through them on your own time, decide what it is you're going to want. I'll write down the list of what armors he can actually make, and those will be... I'll put that into the group's Discord later on.
Okay. Honestly, I can't really wear armor, but I do want something with environmental effects to help me with the volcano.
Yes, I will be talking to you specifically about your needs as a monk later on concerning that. Because with you being a monk, your stuff is a little more finicky.
So I think I'll be looking through different blacksmiths, see if I can find something with the environmental effect, or very least a weaver.
Well, all of these things are that are on these lists are properties that Voltaire is capable of applying to the equipment himself. And if there's anything he can't do that's on the list, he's just going to go to one of the other master smiths and say, hey, this is a thing, it's for my girl's friends, help me get this on here. Because, the master smiths...
It's funny, the only thing that I really want doesn't actually give the bonus that I would want. Because it literally specifically states in resistance armor it can't be psychic damage.
Oh.
That's like that's the only thing that Hestian would really want.
It cannot be psychic, however, it can be other things. Like, it does include
Don't
things
need to
like
be other things.
slashing, bludgeoning, force, I believe. In any case, like, look through those, take your time, and yeah, does anyone else have anything they're wanting to get up to at the start of the day?
Gosh.
Well, if you mean apart from me, I guess while I'm looking for Gunther, I'll also be looking for any way to help me with the poison.
Fair.
Because I'm fairly sure Gunther is going to be fine, since she's Gunther, but
I'll be
Pentecost, on
fine.
the other hand, it needs some preparation to do.
Valid. What about you, Zara? Are you getting up to anything else in the morning, or just what you stated before?
I am trying to essentially fast track this learning stuff, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing, period.
Yeah, oh, that's fine. Unless there's something else going on, you're spending your time on working on calligraphy. Fantastic.
Gonna mark another day.
No, absolutely. Mark off another day. Hestian, any morning plans for you?
Just kind of wake up, gather in my surroundings. I know I got pretty lit last night. And I'm actually going to head into the city to try to find a what am I looking for? Like a raven kind of thing. I want to send some cash off to Sam.
Um, they don't really have anything like that at the moment. However, it does not take you long to find out that the councilman is going to be leaving later on in the day, and he's taking like some warriors and a few hunters from Golyulspan with him to help manage the town's defenses, as well as a few crates of preserved supplies to help the town out in their immediate need. And so if you find him at any point before he leaves, he's more than happy to like bring stuff back and send out delivery on your behalf.
All right. I'll just kind of, as I am kind of bopping around trying to find some ravens. I'm surprised the city doesn't have ravens. I'm gonna find him and just ask him if he'll like the hazard pay that we were gonna get. I just if you could be a dear and perhaps have the hazard pay that I was speaking to you of sent off to this location, please. I'm gonna give him the location of where my family is.
No, he'll have no problems agreeing that. He'll let you know. He'll make sure it's sent away. He'll see about getting something to confirm it's been sent out as well of his rivals, so whenever you're in Yolovo Kaz next, you can get that confirmation.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask him to go ahead and, for confirmation for it, just, make sure he tells DoorDash Sea Talker, let him know that it was sent off, because I trust his words more than I trust this dude, because he didn't pass. I don't like this guy.
I mean, most of the council of Yolovo Kaz are, they're merchants or merchant adjacent.
Which are all crooks.
Well, even Gordash is kind of merchant-y, but, he has no patience for a lot of the stuff other merchants do, because...
He's like the leader here. He's straight to the point. Boom, 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 boom.
And that's part of the reason, he's kind of, the second underneath Cinder, is because, well, she knows the game and she enjoys it. She needs someone to be straight with her to make sure she doesn't get, too wrapped up in things.
Yep. That's why I trust him. So yeah, just have him verify whenever I get there is basically the only ask that I have.
That's something he's easily able to let you know that he'll get done. With that sorted, like I said, at varying points of the day, Voltaire is going to be speaking to each of you, going over what he's capable of doing and providing for you in terms of his equipment. So you're all going to be aware of this. And yeah, I'm going to say that's a good place to call it for this week. Seems like a great end as you've gotten through your first day in town. Most of these day-to-days are going to go more quickly, but this was your first day in town, so I figured let's take our time with this. So I hope you all had a good time. For the 3 viewers we currently have, I hope you all enjoyed the show. The one bot we had, I would be less offended by the bot if the bot stayed to watch and increased our viewer count. I'll be honest.
That's what I'm saying, hang around.
Right? In any case, I hope you all had a good time. And yeah, as a reminder, we're skipping next week because I'm not going to be available. We will, however, be picking up the week after, immediately, because I don't think anything's coming up that Monday, and I don't think anything is going to go horribly wrong. Yeah, I'm trying to think, and no, I think we're good. I don't think there's anything else we need to cover. Alright, that's it.